Good morning, Saturday morning reviewers! Welcome to another show. What do you think about Invincible Season 2, Elementary, Matt Rife, and Monarch, The Legacy of Monsters?
It sounds like snow lands on top. So let's lurk.
Welcome to the show, folks. If you're joining us for the very first time, we like to review all of the media that we would normally do on the weekend as kids, and now as adults, we have to shoehorn it in whenever we can. But
Because we like to party. We like to party.
We like to party. I started 2 shows this week. Willie's going to tell us why we're going to stop with Matt Rife, and we're going to preview the new show on Apple TV called Monarch, Legacy of Monsters. So let's begin. Invincible. Not just a great comic anymore. Came out last year or the year before with a phenomenal first run of the cartoon. Did you have a chance to watch that at all, Willie? I know you hate animated features so much, and you tell me all the time how none of them should even hit the silver screen.
Okay, first of all, thanks for knowing me so well. I had a conversation with somebody at work today who was like, "Oh man, you got to watch Invincible Season 2. It's so good. It is like the best animated show of all time." And I was like, "I just don't want to watch an animated show."
What if I told you there was boobs in it?
Excuse me? Hey, can we cut the episode short? Is there?
I'd be lying. No.
Oh.
There is not. There is not. But there is in the show we talked about last week. And if you want to know what that show is, you got to go back and listen to it. Teaser. But I will say this. It picks up right after the events of Season 1. And for those who have never heard of it, it's about this kid who has a dad who's a superhero. And initially, he doesn't have any powers, and his dad kind of looks at him like a failure. But then he develops powers. He becomes a superhero. And spoiler alert, his dad turns out to be not quite the best guy.
Oh no, don't ruin it for me.
Yeah.
Ooh, tension, family drama. Ooh.
Dun, dun, dun. Season 2
The animated
is
Succession.
the animated OpenAI Sam Altman story. This Season 2 is all about the fallout of dad versus son and what that looks like. And like your friends told you, it does not let off the gas. Willie, you have to check it out. I'm telling you, I know you don't like cartoons, but holy cow, you're missing out on some of the best TV that exists.
All right, so
Now,
here's my commitment. Here's my commitment to you, Scott.
One episode?
One episode.
One episode. Just the first one of the first season.
Correct.
Okay. And then we'll talk about it next week, and you can tell me what you think.
Now, you've been watching a bunch of stuff. You started some other shows. What's this show, Elementary?
Well, I'm glad you asked, but kind of disappointed you haven't deduced what it is, because it's all about Sherlock Holmes. It is not a new show, but it is a new to me and my wife show.
This show came out in 2012 is when it started, right?
Mm-hmm. And I think it went for like 7 or 8 seasons.
It finished in 2019.
That's 7 seasons. All right, good. If you're a fan of the movies, if you're a fan of the BBC version, I think you're going to like this show. But if you're somebody who doesn't really like network dramas that are procedural and kind of like go episode to episode, who's the scary murderer this week? It's kind of just set dressing for that type of story.
Okay.
Now, my wife and I, we enjoy these types of shows, especially if there's some sort of like mystery involved or drama where there's a thriller and you have to solve puzzles like this. So like, I'm into it. I'd say if you're a Sherlock fan and you haven't been watching it just because it was on ABC or NBC or CBS or whatever, give it a shot. I think it's worth it.
Talking about Sherlock Holmes, Banana Cucumber,
Yeah.
I think, played the best Sherlock.
You're not wrong.
The BBC series is so good.
The only way we're going to know for sure is if he stops being Doctor Strange and becomes Tony Stark in the new What If series. Because then we can
they
compare.
announced that, right? That's coming, season 2.
Yeah. It's December 20-something. 9 days
It's a Christmas
of
miracle.
What If. I know. But why are you doing this to not only myself, but to the world, Willie? Why are you saying we got to stop Matt Rife?
Dude, it's time to cancel. It's time that the woke mafia cancels Matt Rife.
That was quick. I mean, he didn't have a long time on top, but sometimes fame is fleeting.
This week, he had a new Netflix series come out. Did you hear about this?
Series or a special?
Special, sorry.
I saw a preview for it. He did a lot of heavy ads for it, which was very weird because I'm used to only seeing his crowd work on TikTok.
Matt Rife, for those of you who are unaware, he's 28 years old from Columbus, Ohio. He was born in September 10th of 1995. That makes him a Scorpio. Not like I'm paying any attention. But here's the deal. Matt Rife is what we would call symmetrical.
Very. Too symmetrical.
Who's his
Jealous.
audience?
Mostly women.
Keep going. Specify it. Narrow it. Funnel.
Okay. Mostly women who are maybe a little older than him.
What's that
Maybe
that musician's
like
name from Minnesota?
Prince?
The younger one. That's alive. Who likes sleeping with grandmas. That curly-headed fuck.
You gotta be more specific.
Dude, he's like that rapper singer who sings about like sleeping with girls' moms.
Oh, you're talking about Young Gravy.
There you go. Yeah, Young Gravy.
There you go. Young Gravy.
They both have something in common. Their audience is moms. Lonely, at home.
I was getting there, man. I was gonna say like have at least one drink a day. Single, sometimes 50% of the time, maybe.
Or if
doesn't
they
matter.
are in a relationship, they feel single.
Yeah.
Suffice it to say, Matt Rife's core audience is women salivating over him on stage. And where I think his fame comes from is a TikTok audience that loves watching him do crowd work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Before this special came out, he came out and said, hey, I'm kind of getting a little sick of pandering to women, and I really want to be a man's man. I want to do comedy for men. I'm kind of over this, so I'm going to do my own thing.
He said this out loud?
Something similar to this. I hear a lot of negativity spiraling on TikTok. The influencers are just circling, waiting for their moment to come in and just rip them a new one. And so I said, I should probably listen to this comedy special. Can I just describe the opening bit?
Sure. We're not we're a comedy positive podcast, but we're not anti-jokes.
No, when we make jokes, what's our typical MO?
Probably early 20s single dudes who have never been laid.
Sure. What I was gonna say is we punch down. We don't punch down. We like hit our own selves and we don't try to
Self-deprecating.
yeah, we don't try to belittle others. Well, Scott, Matt's first joke is about going to a restaurant with his buddy and seeing a hostess with a black eye. And his buddy goes,
Sorry,
man,
I'm hard of hearing. I'm sorry, hard of hearing. Seeing a hostess with a what?
a black eye,
Like,
not a black guy.
All right. Just want to
Got it.
sure.
And his friend says, oh man, I feel bad for her. Why would that be the face of the restaurant, though? Why would you put somebody out there? And Matt goes, yeah, why? If she could cook, they would have put her in the kitchen.
Okay.
And there wasn't a sense of, I'm just joking, because the rest of this beginning part of the set, the first 15 minutes, is about bad-mouthing women. Not just trying to be like, they're dumb, and really he's kind of like being self-deprecating. No, he is all in on shit-talking women.
I saw one of his crowd work specials where he was talking to this old lady about basically how she was going to die the whole time if she had sex with him. It's kind of on brand. Now, I haven't heard or seen the special. I usually don't like to watch these comedy specials until many months later just because there's so much other stuff out there. So you think these are connected is what you're saying. You're saying he comes out and says, hey, I'm trying to be more, I guess, even in my audience. I'm biting the hand that feeds me for some stupid reason. And so he's going to try and make more misogynistic jokes so that he can draw in that crowd?
I don't know where he's going, man. I think he's trying to reinvent himself, or genuinely, I think he's probably just bad at stand-up, and he's only good at crowd work. And being in a giant stadium, it's not really a stadium, but a giant amphitheater, maybe not the best venue for Matt Rife. And so I don't think it told the story of what he's good at, but I also think that this could be one of those like career-ending bits.
Dang, that's heavy. We'll have to see how the internet fallout comes as more and more people catch on, and then of course how it gets parroted on TikTok. But now that you brought that to my attention, maybe my phone will show me more videos about this because it's listening all the time.
Always.
Willie is saying right here, right now, for the very first time, in front of all of you lurkers, that Matt Rife is a monster. And speaking of monsters, Godzilla, Gojira, call him what you want. He's larger than life. He's definitely larger than Matt Rife. What's this Monarch Legacy of Monsters show all about?
Before I get into this show, have you been a fan of any of the King Kong, Godzilla type movies?
I am a huge giant monster fan. Some of them are good. Some of them get a little too creepy for me.
You scared?
Yeah. So, King Kong, classic movie. Jack Black. What more could you want? Naomi Watts. He's gonna climb the Empire State Building. There'll be the classic Beauty killed the Beast. But while they go get him, there's giant bugs that like crawl inside people's mouths, and
dude, the spiders, man.
The spiders, it was a little too invasive. Like the penetration was too much for me.
Excuse me?
Well, and then the follow-up, Kong Skull Island, where people are being attacked by pterodactyls and thrown up in the air and like cut in half. And then the giant spiders with the legs that are like bamboo canes and like impale people through the mouth. Like, what am I watching? I just want to see King Kong fight dinosaurs. Why are we maiming all of these humans? What is this all about?
Dude, Kong Skull Island came out in 2017, if you forgot. Tom Hiddleston, Samuel L. Jackson, Brie Larson. Apparently it was a pre-Marvel movie.
It was a Marvel movie.
John C. Reilly, John Goodman, Corey
Still
Hawkins.
Marvel movie.
Like, it's...
You haven't...
Yeah, I know. It's a Marvel movie. They were like, you guys bored in between films? Like, let's do this other thing. So I start watching Monarch Legacy of Monsters, and this film opens. It's not a spoiler because it's like the first minute. It's not a film. This TV show
Series.
opens
Okay, yeah.
with John Goodman reprising his role as Bill Randa from Kong Skull Island, running away from a monster, a giant spider, your favorite,
Ugh, great. I'm not watching this.
only for a big attack to happen, from like a battle ensues. Cut to future. And so I think this entire series is a sequel series to Kong Skull Island. And I'm going to tell you, man, the visuals in this show, unreal. It's some of the best I've seen.
I am stoked for this because not only is Kurt Russell in it, but his son, Wyatt Russell, also in the Marvel Universe. Ego and Captain America wannabe.
Oh.
They're both great actors. I'm looking forward to seeing them. John Goodman always knocks it out of the park.
Whoa, what a Nepo baby.
Plus, I'm ready to see more Godzilla. People didn't like the first Godzilla remake. Wasn't enough Zilla. I actually liked the story. Second Godzilla was kind of like almost too much Godzilla. Like, why? They literally put 2 Godzillas in it. I'm ready for more. I'm ready for more Monsterverse. Let's go.
So you named some of the bigger actors, right? Kurt Russell, Wyatt Russell. This show stars a woman named Anna Sawai. She is a New Zealand actress.
Okay.
Dude, she is so good. She plays the daughter somehow of John Goodman, except she's Asian.
What are you saying? You've never heard of adoption?
It'll be more confusing when you see like the first 10 minutes of the first episode.
Okay.
Because she talks about her dad. Anyways, it's a whole thing. This is I think like as far as previews go, you've got to start watching this. It's stunning. If you're into like monster flicks, I think it's a show that really is going to like hold on to your attention. If you're not into monster type shows, probably not your thing.
It looks like there's going to be 10 episodes, right?
Sure.
Sure. Can we look that up?
Hold on. Going on to IMDb's 10.
It looks like it's going to be a 10-episode movie. Willie's giving it its stamp of approval from 1 episode in. Is this something we should all start watching?
You can right now watch the first 2 episodes. I think actually when this episode goes live, 3. You can watch 3 episodes.
Should I wait until it is all done and binge it, or is it worth watching week to week?
Dude, Apple TV Plus shows are all ones that you have to watch week to week because of like, we know the pacing of these shows. It's going to start slow and it's going to build. And by the time you get to the end, it's going to be worth it. And I think binging a show like this causes a little bit of like, what am I doing? Like there's that slog episode after episode. Just watch it, pace it out over each week.
Okay. I like that. And I also like every single one of you who listened today, because that's our show. Thank you so much for hanging out. If you enjoyed this, tell a friend. And please, please rate and review wherever you lurk.
We appreciate your love. Remember, be kind out there. Stop trampling over people for Black Friday. It's not worth it. Go online, buy some stuff, okay? Listen to last week's episode. We love you. We will see you next week.